welcome to the Fuhurman Nature Center. My name is Marcy and I'm here to start off our video teaching you how to volunteer here. This is Ginny, this is Popper the Penguin, again I'm Marcy. So we're going to start this video off by explaining to you that we're going to use an acronym, Fuhurman. Fuhurman, or Dr. Fuhurman, is our wonderful founder of the Nature Center here, and he is a great example of using an animal for teaching, a great example of how to do that great. So, using this acronym Fuhurman, we're going to teach you on how to start volunteering here and some great tips to use along the way. See you soon.
F is for formal versus informal. The environments we teach in are just as important as the animals we teach with. Both animals and our environments are huge factors that affect how students learn, and more importantly, how we teach. When teaching, it is important to know that there are two different types of teaching. The first one is formal. When teaching formally, the environment is familiar and the things that happen are planned. An example of formal teaching is a normal classroom setting with a regular lesson plan. The second type of teaching is informal. When teaching informally, the environment is the exact opposite. Things happen that are unexpected, and it can happen in an unfamiliar place. An example of this is possibly going on a hiking field trip and being paid a visit by an unexpected visitor, such as a snake. Of course, unexpected things can happen in familiar conditions, and vice versa. The point is that when teaching, it is important to be able to recognize these different forms of teaching and have the ability to deliver an effective presentation for your audience. Being able to handle whatever is thrown at you in the best way allows your audience to absorb the most information and makes your presentation memorable.
U stands for understanding the animal. Here at the Fuhurman Nature Center, we have many animal ambassadors that we use for education. One of the most important things we can do with the animals that we use here is to respect them and to understand how to use them and how to not use them when maybe they don't want to be used. They're doing us a great favor and allowing us to use them. So it's important that we understand what they want and what they don't want. So Ginny here and Popper, maybe Popper isn't feeling it that day. He's behaving differently. Maybe he's snapping at you like, ow. Maybe he doesn't want to be used. So maybe that day we wouldn't use Popper and we would use Ginny instead, right Ginny? So if you look at Ginny, she definitely looks like she's down to be used as an education ambassador. So we would use Ginny. Something else that's really important for using our ambassadors here at the Fuhurman Nature Center is what we call the two-finger touch. This is important and it's very associated with the understanding an animal, the U in Fuhurman, because the two-finger touch is how we want the students who visit the Fuhurman Nature Center to interact with the animals here. So to demonstrate this to the students that you'll be working with when you're volunteering here, you can start off by saying, who wants to volunteer to two-finger touch? Like, can you show me your two-finger touch? And everyone can show up their two fingers. And you would hold the animal here. So it's Ginny in this case. Ginny. You would two finger and you would, see here. Put Popper away for a second. And you would put their butt or their tail end toward the participant, and you will two finger, ask the student to use their two finger to stroke the back or the tail of the snake or the what have you animal here, to two finger touch the back. This technique is very good for animal ambassadors because it doesn't interfere with them or scare them when, touching their head. Animals usually don't like that. So this is the perfect technique for students to touch your animal ambassadors.
The H in Fuhurman is for having fun. Sometimes teaching can be stressful and make you a little anxious, but remember to have fun. This makes it easier for you and for your participants. So remember, have fun. Having fun means you're relaxed, and your students are relaxed and their noise is turned down. They're excited, but they're interested. and they're engaged in new experiences. Remember that having fun makes it easier for you and for your students. Don't be boring.
R is for respect. It is important to be considerate of the feelings of both animal ambassadors and audience members. There will be times when either the animal or audience member may not be comfortable with participating in certain activities. It is your duty to remain cautious and respect the feelings of each by being knowledgeable enough to know what to do in every situation. A good way to prevent unexpected surprises is to be prepared. For example, inform audience members of a way to let you know that they are uncomfortable. Tell them to sit on their hands so that you know not to get too close. When allowing hands-on/close-up experiences, make sure the animal's head is not too close to the audience member. An example of this is the belt technique. This is the belt technique. Okay, so this is the tail and this is the head. You want to keep the head close to you when passing the snake. And you want to give the tail over first and then the head.
The M stands for mix it up like a salad. So what that means is the salad method. S stands for stimulate thought. A stands for attention grabbing. L stands for lead in facts or discussion. The other A stands for audience reference, and D stands for don't forget to return to it at the end. So what that means is that you start off with a question or a story, and then you get a hook, and then you talk about something fun or just a fact about the animal, and then you talk about what's in it for the audience. So like the action that you can do to help the animal. And then D, return to that story or fact at the end. A stands for the ACOSA method, and that means awareness, which is talking about the problem that the animal is dealing with. And then you talk about knowledge, so facts about the animal. And then you talk about attitude, which is naming the animal or just having a name for the animal so the audience feels more connected with the animal. And then skills is like a catchy phrase so the audience can remember that action that they have to do to help the animal. And that is the ACOSA method.
The last letter of Fuhurman. It's M. Remember, as teachers, to keep our teaching dynamic. Come on. We need to incorporate new experiences for our participants and take advantage of teachable opportunities, like when your dog is making too much noise while you're trying to film a video. As environmental educators here at Fuhurman Nature Center, remember that you don't need to constrain yourself to only a classroom setting when you're incorporating new experiences. Maybe ask your students and participants out on a hike or a walk to explore the outdoors and engage with any of the animals or scenes that pop up and incorporate that into your lesson plan. This for Kilo, it's kind of a new experience for him. He's never been out here before and he's having fun. He's a little anxious. This makes it more fun for me and for him. So incorporate new experiences into your teaching.
Thanks for watching our video on how to volunteer at the Fuhurman Nature Center. We hope you enjoyed it, and from Ginny, Popper, and me, thanks for watching. I feel so long.
The environments we teach in are just as important as the animals we teach with.
Okay. Oh, the phone fell. Stay.
The H, how do you spell Fuhurman? F-U-H, Fuhurman. The third letter, probably in Fuhurman.
Look, Leo, look. Sit. Okay. R, isn't it working? Leo, why can't you be a good dog?
What the heck, Kilo? This boy.
Hi, welcome to the Fuhurman Nature Center.
Inform audience members of a way to let uncomfortable. No, Leo, we were doing so good. Okay.
Oop. Yay, Ginny!
Let's go.